Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are here with Austin from Ohio, and today is Tuesday, June 1st, 2021. I almost said Monday for a minute because I forgot yesterday was Memorial Day, and I hope you all had a wonderful Memorial Day. I sure did. Got to spend time with my nephew, and my sister just graduated, so had some family festivities, cookouts, and whatnot to go to. The usual. And I was very disappointed to see that the video that I did the other day got taken down. It must have been up for about, it was up for at least 6 hours, I would say. Many of you got to see it. I did put it up over on Odysee. When this video is done uploading, I will put the link in the description. It probably won't be there yet because we're only like 50 seconds in, and it takes a minute for me to get back to that. But yes, I will put a link for that and my other backup channels, because if I get another video taken down, like if this one gets taken down, I'll be suspended for 2 weeks. And I will probably make videos on Austin from Ohio, but that one's down to my last strike. And if not, then we still got 3 and 4, and I can still put videos on Odysee. So yeah, look for a link in the description for that. Okay, this first one comes from Forbes magazine, May 31st, so yesterday. A congressman ejected reporters and calls for a coup. Here's what went down at the QAnon conference. The QAnon conference. Oh, gee, what have we stumbled upon here? Obviously, they're going to keep going with this whole QAnon garbage, and if you believe anything that QAnon is doing at all, then you need to reevaluate what you actually believe based on facts and what you can prove. Because that rabbit hole that you're getting led down by QAnon, it's going to march you right into a FEMA camp, and that is not a lie. So, adherents of the rapidly growing pro-Trump conspiracy movement, QAnon, that's another thing. When this whole QAnon thing happened, right after the military said that they were going to, quote, deploy on the internet in order to, quote, combat misinformation and disinformation and whatever. This was part of it. So now people that are out here exposing the truth, like about the reset or anything else, we're going to be pushed in with these pro-Trump conspiracy movement, whatever. When most people in this community here are not Trump supporters because, well, we know what all went down there. And this is the culmination of it right here. Okay, so the pro-Trump conspiracy movement QAnon descended upon Dallas over Memorial Day weekend for a conference that spawned a number of viral moments which underscore both the severity of the group's beliefs and its increasingly mainstream status in some GOP circles. And right with this picture right here, well, they took the Dresden flag, and it says, where we go one, we go all, and right next to it is a blue line flag. So, again, this is just all propaganda, all just garbage. These people believe just, oh man, it's crazy what they believe, actually. It's insane how far people would go for a puppet. A billionaire 2 times puppet. Now, here's also where we come in, where they say we are. The For God and Country Patriot Roundup, which was steeped in QAnon regalia and hosted by major QAnon supporters, included appearances by Representative Louis Gohmert, Texas GOP Chair Alan West, and former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. Flynn, a former 3-star general who received a pardon from Trump in November for lying to the FBI, had the most viral moment of the event, who responded to an audience question by stating there is no reason the U.S. shouldn't have a coup like the one in Myanmar in February, adding it should happen. Okay, so, of course, order out of chaos. They're going to play the right and the left against each other like they've always done, on top of all this other stuff going on. They're going to keep going with this because, well, they have to, for us to destroy ourselves. And why is this former 3-star general, so a military general, speaking at this type of event and people don't believe that it's not controlled opposition. If it was not controlled opposition, then that former 3-star general would never have shown up. It would never happen. So just take that. And anyway, referencing a popular QAnon theory, former Trump attorney Sidney Powell, who helped lead his 2020 election lawsuits, discussed the baseless idea that Trump can be reinstated on a new inauguration date, with President Joe Biden being told to move out of the White House. And that's actually what they have been saying. The people in the pro-Trump crowd. I know a few, actually. Don't have to say any names, of course. But they will stick behind Trump for whatever reason. For whatever reason. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. It's so easy to see that the man is a snake. He told you that he was. He said, you knew I was a snake before you took me in. And people could say, oh, yeah, he was referencing the border. Like, no. There's a reason why he picked out that poem. There's a reason why he picked it out and said it was for something else. But it's called doublespeak. Not that hard to see. Gohmert of the Congress's most outspoken Trump allies. This is Forbes magazine? Making a mistake like that? A typo like that? I can understand on a phone because of, with the way it puts the word in sometimes, but Gohmert of the Congress's most outspoken Trump allies reportedly used his speech to play down the January 6th attack, as he has done on the House floor, and even took a photo with the confessed January 6th rioter. And here comes the false flag that we've seen a million times. I posted the video of it. Woo's News created it. Everything was all good there. That was a total false flag for them to be able to do what they're doing now, which is, of course, more division, more hate, order out of chaos. It always goes back to that. Several reporters were kicked out of the event, including Vice reporter Vegas Tenold and Daily Beast reporter Will Sommer, who was seen on video being escorted out by police as QAnon influencer mocked him as he insisted he had a ticket. The QAnon conspiracy movement emerged during the 2016 election and baselessly posted that Trump was combating a cabal of bureaucrats, liberal politicians, and Hollywood figures running an underground child sex trafficking cult. The movement expanded considerably through Trump's presidency, through Trump's election loss, and increasingly strict new social media content policies appeared to have curbed some of that growth. Okay, so you see how they mix a little tiny bit of truth in there? The Hollywood figures running around in an underground child sex trafficking cult. They do run that. They might not run it, but they are involved in it. Okay, so tickets for the event went for $500 each. Again. And it was reportedly organized by John Sabal, known in QAnon circles as QAnon John. Okay, well, $500 for this conference of QAnon supporters. If you can't see that this is controlled opposition, here we go. 79. That's how many conspiracy-motivated crimes have been committed by QAnon believers as of May 26, 2021. According to a report from the Domestic Radicalization Project at the University of Maryland, including the Comet Ping Pong shooting in 2016, an assassination threat against Biden. And they could be lying about that. And we know that they always lie about a lot of things. I would like to see that because I don't even know if I believe that. But this is what they're going to do. So now they can say that anybody involved in anything that has to do with talking of what we're talking about here. They could say, oh, conspiracy motivated, domestic radicalization. That's perfect. And the Trump crowd is playing right into it and helping to bring it to fruition. And that is a fact. And if you can't get that through your head, don't be mad at me. You need to go reevaluate what you believe. Think about it, ingest some more facts, come back to the table when you're ready to have a real conversation. Well, I don't quote, Well, I don't know much about the movement other than I understand that they like me very much, which I appreciate, Trump said of the group during a White House press briefing last August, adding, "If I can help to save the world from problems, I'm willing to do it." End quote. And that is the end of that article. So, still, riding on this QAnon, left, right, deception, deep deception that is there to divide and conquer the population. How much more proof do you need? Moving on. All right, here we are over at Insider, and this was a report published May 30th, 2021. A rogue killer drone hunted down a human target without being instructed to, UN report says. Okay. A deadly drone hunted down. Look at the terminology here. Hunted down a human target without being instructed to do so, according to a UN report. If this is true, that is terrifying. That is terrifying. Somebody had to have done this, or else there's artificial intelligence in drones. And I'm sure many of you already know that. And if there's anything to back that up, I haven't looked much into it, please send it to me. Send it to my email. Most of you guys should have my email. If not, put it in the comments, please, and I will respond to it. Okay, so let's keep reading this report. A deadly drone hunted down a human target without being instructed to do so. The incident took place during clashes in Libya last year, the Daily Star reported. If it took place in Libya last year, I would be willing to go out on a limb and say that a U.S. soldier might have done that and was instructed to. Experts are sounding the alarm about the lack of regulation around using killer robots. I feel like I'm reading a comic. Isn't that terrible? A lethal weaponized drone hunted down a human target without being told to for the first time, according to a UN report seen by the New Scientist. The March 2020 incident saw a Cargo-2 quadcopter autonomously attack a human during conflict between Libyan government forces and a breakaway military faction led by the Libyan National Army's Khalifa Haftar, the Daily Star reported. The Turkish-built Cargo-2, a deadly attack drone designed for asymmetric warfare and anti-terrorist operations, targeted one of Haftar's soldiers while he tried to retreat, according to the paper. The drone, which can be directed to detonate on impact, was operating in a highly effective autonomous mode that required no human controller. Okay. That is terrifying, again. And don't think this can't happen anywhere. Quote, the lethal autonomous weapon systems were programmed to attack targets without requiring data connectivity between the operator and the munition. In effect, a true fire, forget, and find capability, the report from the UN Security Council's panel of experts on Libya said. This is likely the first time drones have attacked humans without instructions to do so. Zach Kellenborn, national security consultant who specializes in unmanned systems and drones, confirmed in the report. Kellenborn, however, has concerns about the future of autonomous drones. How brittle is the object recognition system, he said. How often does it misidentify targets? I would say that may be an intentional flaw in the technology of these drones. I had no idea about these. I don't know much about drones. I have one, but I don't know much about them. Especially attack drones. I know about like predator drones and stuff, but other kinds I really don't. Jack Watling, a